Welcome back, baddies. Let's talk about music today. I want to give you my unabashed, unedited, unpretentious favorite bands. Now, let me give you a little preamble. If you'd like to just skip to the list, feel free. Here's the timestamp. Somewhere around here. Why do I label it like this? A lot of times folks will say, hey, here's my list of bands that I listen to. Do they actually listen to them? What do you actually listen to on the regular? What do you have spinning that you always reach for? That's where I'm coming from here. If somebody was going to catch me at the club and to be like, yeah, what bands are you into? And then, you come up with some names that you know. And like on the spot you're like, oh god, what do I say? Is this going to be embarrassing? Is this going to have some kind of drama attached to it, or some kind of whatever? It's got something. And so there's a safe list of bands that you can say to look cool to other people. I understand why people do that, and I've definitely done it, and especially if you're more of a baby bat, people tell you, oh, you need to get this, you need to get that, or else you're not a goth, or you just won't understand. Yeah, check shit out. Check things out by all means. I'm rambling here, aren't I? So this is my unedited list of bands that I actually listen to. I have any kind of support for any of the human beings in these bands. I don't know them, and I don't know any of their drama, or if they have any drama or anything like that. These are just the bands that I actually listen to. Most of them I've been listening to for most of my life, so they have a big place in my heart. They're really not in any kind of order except for rock and electronic based. A lot of these are going to be,
well, and of course you listen to those. Oh, really? Everyone listens to...
That's the point of this list. What the fuck do I actually listen to? Here are my top 12 bands that I actually listen to. Let's start with the rock category, shall we? I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you the band. I'm going to tell you my favorite album, and then maybe a track or two that are my favorite. All of these bands I think you might have heard of. Number 1, guess. The Cure. Holy shit, I know, I'm shook. Excellent band. Do I need to talk about The Cure? I don't think so. My favorite album is probably Head on the Door, and the songs that are my favorite are actually not on that album, though I do love The Blood. The Blood is such a great song. But my 2 favorite Cure songs are Edge of the Deep Green Sea, and I wrote this down so I didn't forget. 100 Years. That song is so goth. Dude, that song is so sick. And Edge of the Deep Green Sea is such, oh my god, you just cry every time you listen to that song. It's so good. Please. It's just so good. Number 2, Stabbing Westward. So my favorite album, their new album is fucking awesome. Go and check out their new album, Chasing Ghosts. Really good. But Darkest Days, that is my jam. That was a lifesaver for me. I love that fucking album. My favorite track is on that album called Drugstore. And a little side note, I was chatting with Stabbing Westward with Christopher Hall doing a remix for us. My band Amulet, by the way, if you don't know, Amulet, link it up there. He did a remix for us, and he was like, so what kind of sound are you looking for, that kind of thing. And I was like, your song Drugstore is like fucking sick. It's like right in the middle of that rock industrial like dance vibe, and I was like, this is exactly the vibe that I would love to hear on a remix for Amulet. And goddamn, he did a great job. Go listen to it. Go listen to that song. It's so good. Last Ditch Stabbing Westward remix. Really good. Anyway, that's such a sick album. The whole album is just like so good. Number 3. Remember, these are not in order. The Sisters of Mercy cannot be number 3. Sisters, come on. All right. Tell me if you don't like Sisters, because I think that's more of a shocker when people don't like Sisters in the goth scene. Sisters, I listen to them all the time. My favorite album? Bloodland. I told you, man, I'm basic as shit. Stereotypical basic bitch. Favorite song is not on Bloodland. Well, goddamn, I was gonna say Marianne is my favorite song. It is, okay, Marianne's my favorite, probably, but then Dominion, damn, Dominion's probably my favorite because that sax solo, dude, the fucking sax solo is just killer. Alright, it's Dominion, fine. It's the DJ's bathroom break song. Number 4, Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds. and Nick Cave all by himself. Nick Cave is just, he's an entity on himself. Whatever the fuck genre he is, goths love him. Let Love In is the album. Of course it is. This is like the iconic Nick Cave album. And the song, I Let Love In, is my fave. I love that song. Especially like this live version that he did, I think for like MTV or something. Like, go look on YouTube. And then Idiot Prayer, probably. It's my current other favorite. There's so many good ones though. Nick Cave. Okay, number 5. Typo Negative. The bitches love Typo Negative. Yes. Yes, we do. God damn. October Rust is my absolute favorite. My favorite. People who like Typo, tell me in the comments, do you not do this? When you start to feel the feeling of fall, like that smell, you know? That smell you get when you know you feel fall coming, and then it's the equinox, and you're like, oh shit, it's coming. And you know what you do? You put on fucking October Rust, don't ya? That's what you do. I do it too. There's nothing that feels so good as listening to October Rust right when fucking fall is just about to drop. And then when it's thick fall, October, it's the best thing. It's the best. Anyway, I've gone on. Do you think I like that? I like that. Wolf Moon, favorite song, of course. I love that. Like, all these you can be like, oh, really? Yeah, no fucking kidding. Second favorite song, not off that album, White Slavery. Great fucking song. By the way, it is about drugs. Man, the fucking riff in that song, just go listen to it. It is so dark. It's so heavy. It's so heavy. And you know, they're really the only metal. I mean, I guess they're metal, right? You would call them doom metal, right? Somebody who knows about metal, tell me, because I don't know. I don't know. Whatever. My last one on the list, the most cheese-filled, obvious. All right, fucking Marilyn Manson. Yes. Somebody in 7th grade asked me, do you worship Marilyn Manson? And I was like, oh my god, no. But of course I did. And when I was growing up with that music, his 3 albums, Antichrist Superstar, Mechanical Animals, and Hollywood, like, really, go and listen to them again if you haven't in a while, because it's cringe. They're really good. They are very well done, well produced, interesting fucking albums, especially compared to a lot of music today, which is just very pink slime. Those albums are actually very well done and good. I'm gonna say Mechanical Animals. Mechanical Animals is probably still gonna be my favorite one. That was my first. I love the Bowie vibes, of course. Oh shit, I didn't even talk about Bowie, but you know, he's Bowie is God. Do I need to? Yeah, anyway. Mechanical Animals, that's probably my fave. I actually really like The Pale Emperor, which came out in 2015. Holy shit, that was a while ago now. That is a really good album. I like that album a lot. It could be a different band, honestly, but favorite songs? Burning Flag off of Hollywood, and Reflecting God off of Antichrist Superstar. Man, those go hard. Those songs go hard. Fucking like them. What can I say? Fucking Marilyn Manson. Now, I'm back. Had a little intermission, and I am ready to talk about electronic-based music. For my folks who are a little bit newer to the scene, you may or may not have heard as many of these guys, because you may or may not have gone to clubs. I know in the last while, clubs have kind of died off. They're coming back for sure in the last couple of years since, you know, post-COVID. Before that, clubs just kind of starting to die, and it's very fucking sad. It's super sad. And a lot of these were hot shit at the club, and they still are. Here are my electronic faves that I actually listen to. Number 1, VNV Nation. VNV Nation, of course. All the Gravers favors. I love them. They were my first goth industrial band that I was just obsessed with. They were my gateway into electronic-based industrial-ish or industrial music. Industrial dance. Future pop is the name of the genre for them. The favorite album of theirs, Future Perfect. What did I say? I'm basic, okay? I'm just like not even gonna say that anymore because you know I'm basic. Future Perfect and Epicenter is my favorite song. It just represents so much to me. I got deep vibes and connection to that whole album and to that track especially. It just have so many good stompy memories and just love it. I feel like it's an anthem. Well, there's more anthems. That's one of them. That's one of them. Number 2 on electronic, Aesthetic Perfection. Aesthetic Perfection is good music, and he's a cool dude. I mean, I don't know him personally, but you know, he's a good businessman. And he definitely knows this shit. He knows how to make good music. So, Aesthetic Perfection, A Violent Emotion. Sorry, Daniel. I mean, it's a banger. You can't go wrong with that shit. And The Great Depression, my favorite track off that album. He's got lots of other good music. Go check it out. He's actually making money doing music, which is like living the damn dream for a dark alternative musician. Not many people can do that. So go you, dude. Number 3, XRX. I mean, I want to call it junk food music, but it's not. I mean, it's well fucking made, good, hard beats for the club. It's like industrial dance mainline. It's fun. It's like a fun fucking time. All those songs, nothing's like serious, sad, depressing thing like almost everything else I listen to. I assume, I get the vibe, it's not to be taken seriously. You have big goofy boots on and you're going to go stomp around a warehouse. I mean, that's kind of silly in a fun way that I always do. It's great. It's great fun. Crank It Up. That album is fucking awesome. The title track, Crank It Up, is great. The vocals, great distortion, really good tone on that. Second favorite track is one of their newer tracks from this past year called Let's Fuck. Can't go wrong with that. Yeah, go listen to XRX. They are fun. They're not going to make you depressed.
Editing, Stephanie. I was just listening to this again and thinking, asterisk, this is not exactly happy music. It has very dark themes, like, you know, murder and things. Kind of like a B movie. It's like a fun, dark, as much as that kind of stuff can be fun. So don't go and play it in front of your grandma. But it's much more lighthearted B horror movie vibes than a lot of the other serious, emotionally distressing music that I am talking about. So anyway, just so you know.
Another electronic band that it has more of a potential to make you depressed, but also you can dance at the same time. Solar Fake. Love them. So good. And nice dudes. My band played with them last year. They're just like dudes. And they make good fucking music. A lot of things in this genre are not so accessible to people that aren't in the scene. I think this is a little bit more melodic and relatable to people who might be newer to this kind of music and they're not ready for rhythmic noise and, you know, screaming robot trash cans and stuff. Like, it's nice, stompy music. And the album, Another Manic Episode. That's the one with all the bangers. I mean, they're all great. That's the one with the bangers you're gonna hear at the club. Fake to Be Alive and Under Control. Those are 2 of the many bangers that they have. And if you've ever been to the Goth Industrial Dance Club, you will have heard those. We got 2 left. So number 5 of my industrial electronic list. Assemblage 23. Classic. I always considered Assemblage and VNV to be like my go-tos. They're just that future pop sweet goodness that I just crave, you know? It's so lovely and depressingly nice and good. It's perfect dancing music. You can sway still, but there's also lots of beatsy, stompsy, oonce, and beats and cats. All the things that you're looking for an electronic dark alternative band. Favorite album? Meta. Meta is the bomb. And the songs, Ghosts. Love that song. That is so stompy, so good, and fucking poignant as well. Very thoughtful lyrics. And Let the Wind Erase Me, not on that album, but that's gotta be probably their top track if I were to guess. That is an iconic track, Let the Wind Erase Me. Alright, 9 Inch Nails. I said it. Fucking 9 Inch Nails. I have recently learned in the last few years that everyone loves 9 Inch Nails. What did he do? How did he do this? How did he make everybody love him? People who don't listen to industrial, people who don't listen to dark alternative music at all, like 9 Inch Nails. Why? I mean, it's fucking awesome, amazing, good music. Especially the older tracks and albums, as we all know, because has anyone here not listened to Nine Inch Nails before? I know there are going to be plenty of you who are like, oh, they fucking suck and they sound just like the old Ministry and whatever. I know that. But they won the game. I mean, who was playing stadiums, sold out stadiums? What was the trick that happened there? I'm very curious. Yo, Trent, just send me a message. I'd like to know, what did you do? Cannot deny the greatness of the Nin. My favorite album of literally all time, of all albums, is The Fragile. I mean, I wanted so badly to make my own The Fragile for my band. It's just no one listens to that much music at one time anymore. Anyway, I'm going off on a fucking tangent. The Fragile, you guys. If you haven't listened to The Fragile, please go and take 2 hours, set it aside, get yourself some snacks and drinks, put on some sick headphones or speakers, whatever, good high fidelity music listening conditions, and just take that shit in. Just fucking eat it up and really feel it. That album is a work of goddamn art. It is so good. And you just feel that shit in your bones. I think I am about like 14.8% made up of The Fragile. At least. I mean, it's gotta be at least that. I have listened to that so many times. Favorite songs? The Great Below. Dude, The Great Below. All the songs are just like their own version of genius. But The Great Below just does something to me, man. I swear to God, it like has some kind of ancestral tie to like the Irish Sea or some shit. I don't know, man. That thing is just, it touches my soul. I love that song. The second song that I love, Reptile. I mean, that was my favorite when I was a teenager or something, like back in the day. And I was like, hey, Mom, I'm gonna play my new favorite song while you're cooking macaroni and cheese for everybody. And it was Reptile. And my whole family was like, okay, well, that's great, hon. Put your headphones back on. Just shock me and surprise me if you've never listened to Nine Inch Nails and let me know. And then go and listen to it. That's all I've got right now. I mean, I can go on for fucking ever and ever, which I basically have just now. Those are my unabashed, unedited, unpretentious favorite bands that I actually listen to on the regular. Are you gonna come out of the closet and tell me what are your favorites? Do you actually listen to cool people stuff that like you're not embarrassed to tell anybody? That's cool too. I'm just looking for authenticity here. Authenticity is the name of the game. Tell me in the comments. Maybe I'll go check it out too. See you next time. Bye.